In the game of loans, you either win or you learn. Welcome to the game of loans, where fortunes are forged and empires are built. Your hosts, lords of lending and wholesaling, are here to guide you through the realm of real estate and wealth building. Brace yourselves, cash flow is coming.
Another great example, the clients we met yesterday. One has the experience, the other doesn't. One was hesitant to go on the loan as a guarantor.
Which bothered me. Which very much bothered me.
But...
And let me tell you on that one, the fact that the guy that had the experience wouldn't go on the fucking loan was a major red flag for me.
Yeah.
And because the Puerto Rican one, he's not that experienced. And the guy that's going to run everything is experienced.
But wants zero risk.
And wants zero risk. And
let me interject over here. That's good to raise that up. But it could be that the guy simply, like I have a friend of mine, I don't care how good the deal is. He's 67 years old. He's like, Mike, I'll partner with you from here to the moon. I will never sign a note on anything. And it's not about me or the shadiness of the deal, whatever. It's just he doesn't want to be liable into it. So that could be the case.
But no. No, you're right. But with that guy,
this guy doesn't want to be liable.
But with that,
but they want $15 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dough.
That's a lot of dough.
But and on the first project, the problem is that guy that doesn't want to be liable can fucking split at any time. Right? Leaving the other guy to hold his dick in his hand.
Because he doesn't have the
Because he has no ownership.
He can just walk away. So that's what
he has no liability.
It's like, what happened if you guys have a fit?
Yeah.
And this guy simply walks away.
What if he goes to this guy and he says...
And he's the only one that knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And he goes to the guy and he says, and if you don't think this has happened, trust me, I've seen this happen before. They get 75% through. He goes, I don't feel comfortable with just having 30% of the profits.
Right then?
Yeah. I'd like 50%. Now, this guy's fucking 9 months pregnant in a deal. What's he going to do?
Yeah.
Tummy tough nuts.
It happens, right? No. And the guy goes, no, I'm out. Fuck you. You're done. Walk away. And I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
That bothers me more than anything. Now, will we do the deal? I don't know. But the fact that he didn't want to go on and he is the only one out of the three schmucks that know what the fuck they're doing, that's a problem. As a lender.
The less skin in the game that an individual has, the more likely they are to back away from that project.
That is not an assumption. It is a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Explain that. Simplify it.
Break it down.
Either you, Steve, or Melissa.
Well, Melissa, go ahead.
Why is that?
I don't even remember what I just said.
Well, the skin again, meaning if somebody
skin in the game. So you need to have your own money in the transaction, right? The likelihood if you put $100,000 of your own money, skin in the game, into the project, the likelihood of you walking away from your hard-earned $100,000 is much less than you walking away from a project that you've put absolutely nothing into.
Right. And the same thing happens where a lot of people who are syndicating deals, right? And we have, meaning, let's say Melissa speaks to somebody and she says that in this deal, we need $150,000 in order to fund the deal, right? Now, they'll go out and they'll raise that capital. Now, if they have zero participation in that capital, and that means they've raised $150,000, that's a potential issue also. Not that we know, and it's very hard for us to find out, but we know someone mutual, which you know who I'm talking about, who we lent money to here in Nashville that did that, right? And what do you think? On the properties that he put his own money in, he's already completed every single fucking one on record time within 6 months.
But the ones where he had zero of his own investment.
Do you know what he's done in 6 months?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah.
So I had to have a conversation with this fucking guy, and I said to him, you're an asshole.
You're a motherfucker.
You're a motherfucker. And I said, I'm never going to do business with you ever again. I said, and when it comes time, because I gave you 12-month notes, I'm not going to fucking renew you. I'm not. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
You could go fuck yourself, go figure something else out.
Yeah.
And that's the case. Why? Because it also goes back to what Melissa's saying. This fucking guy is spending all his time on the fucking things. And the best thing is, those loans, he didn't even do it with us.
Yeah.
So, and I found out who he did it with. And I went to him. I go, so let me figure this out. And I went to those fucking properties. Why? Because I went to Dana. I said, what were those applications? And he said, well, this one, he didn't do with us. What do you think I did? I went to those fucking properties, and he is there working on them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the 4 with me, nothing. Didn't fucking nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's fucking nothing.
But raised none of it's his own capital, right? All 100% raised.
100% raised.
Yeah.
And that's I figured that out after the
Yeah.
fact, right?
Yeah.
So because I ended up calling somebody that was on the loan with him, and I said, do you know what's happening? No, Steve, this and that. He's telling us, that this went down and that went down. I go, but you're not questioning that the mortgage payment, it hasn't increased in any way? Like, you're still at like 100,000? I mean, you're not questioning that. Why isn't it not 200,000 at this point? Why isn't it not 300,000?
And the reason that is, just so everyone can understand, is we hold the construction holdback is held in a reserve account, right? So your loan amount increases as you draw from that construction reserve.
Right. So anyway, here we are. This motherfucker hasn't touched anything on these fucking 4 deals and
Proving the point.
So-
proving the point.
Yep. So
little leverage.
there's another.
No skin in the game.
Yep.
Like
There's
that-
another really important thing, and it shows the lack of knowledge that somebody may have when previewing a deal with me, is going to be profitability, right? So I can tell right away when they give me those numbers as far as what the current value is, what the construction budget is, and what the after repaired value is, if there's profitability in the deal, without even doing math, right? It's very simple. But often somebody will say, no, I believe in this. And I'm like, okay, well, it makes absolutely no sense. So not only are you going to have such a small profit margin if you do sell, but even if you hold it as a rental,
This doesn't make sense.
you're negative. So that shows the, again, lack of maturity within this space.
You've been listening to The Game of Loans, where real estate battles are fought and won. Make sure to fortify your defenses by subscribing. Cash flow is coming, and we'll be back next time to help you claim your throne. The war of wealth continues.